Does something really come out of nothing? Throughout the entire universe, there was nothing. Then suddenly, there was something that came out of nothing. Look here. And you're watching us come to you almost live all the way from our studios here in Southern California with another great and I'm glad you're there, and I'm glad you're watching and you're sharing, because you sharing does 3 things. Number 1, you get a big reward. Okay. More people watch. That's number 2. And that's good. And you get more reward for all of the people that are watching. Yeah, that's right. And what's number 3? You make me happy. And I'm very happy with you because you are helping us reach more and more and more and more people around the world. Last night, we call it a slow night because we probably only had about 1 million people watching this. Yeah, on the social media alone, it was over 10,000. And that's social media. On our satellite and on our cell phone apps, when you got the cell phone apps and the websites, who knows how many we're watching. And that's a slow night. Woo. Now, last night we were talking about slavery. Talked about that. We talked about some of the things, the aspects of being a slave to Allah. So one of the things that a slave should be doing always is thinking about what will please my master. Allah is the master. He is the creator, sustainer of the whole universe. And if that's not the role of a master, I don't know what is. So he's our master and we're his servants. Okay. What should we be doing? He asks us to do certain things. So let's introduce our guest for tonight. We have Dr. Sultan, who is with us. Let's see if we can pull him up right now. And he's coming to you all the way from St. Louis, Missouri. Salaam alaikum, doctor.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Again, to be on your show is my great pleasure and honor.
It's our pleasure to have you with us, mashallah. So we were, last night, you and I, we were talking about the slavery in Islam, and we figured out between us that all of us are slaves to something. Either we're a slave to what Allah created or we're a slave to the Creator. One way or the other. Is that right?
Absolutely right.
You know that we have a bumper sticker. I should have been promoting that. It's in my other studio, but the bumper sticker says right on it, worship the Creator, not the creation. That's a bumper sticker. Yeah, it's a bumper sticker. Have you ever seen it?
No, I've not seen it, but I can imagine it, that how inviting that would be.
Well, actually, you know what? This bumper sticker is the official slogan of Guidus TV, and so the Guidus TV symbol is there, and the link underneath that, guidus.tv. So a lot of people know about this bumper sticker. They don't know what's Guidus TV, but they see the bumper sticker here, there, everywhere, because when they get around the Muslim community, there's a lot of them. Now, can you imagine somebody being in a very super wealthy community, and you say, well, not a lot of Muslims are going to be living there, right? One brother from India who came to this country, he had zero, nothing at all, zero. But he worked real hard day and night, and he was peddling these phone cards. You know what the phone card is? You could use that to call your friends back home and so on. Well, then he worked up to another position, that becoming a distributor. Then he come up to another distributor, and finally he owned the whole company. And they were doing a huge amount of business. Him and his brother both were doing so much business that they had, I think he had over 200 people working for him. Now imagine, you come to this country, nothing, you got zero, and you're from India. You know how India is, sorry to say it like this, but the average person there, the average there is poverty stricken, and it gets worse after that. So imagine. So now he has a garage, a huge garage. I think it has for 4 or 5 cars. And he has cars in there, and he has cars in the parking lot, in his driveway, like a parking lot. And he likes to keep these cars nice and clean and everything, and that's certainly a good thing. But I mentioned he's a Muslim, and a very good Muslim. So when he found out about this bumper sticker, oh, he had to have it. In fact, he wants it for all his cars, and that's good. So when he got home, he said, I've got to have this car washed before I put the sticker on. I don't want it falling off. I don't want it being dirty. I want the car to look nice and to have the bumper sticker. So what he did, he put the bumper sticker in the back window of the car. He put it in the back window of the car, and then he was going to get it washed. Meantime, somebody is passing by his car and looks at it and goes, excuse me, what does this mean? And when he opened a dialogue with the person said, I want to know more. And he started asking more questions. Finally, the brother called me. He said, hey, you got to come up here and help me. This person, he acts like he really wants to know more about Islam. Maybe he wants to be a Muslim. I don't know. Maybe he's ready for Shahada. So I packed everything up and flew up there in upstate New York. And when I got there, we called the brother, and he came, the man, and he came over, and we sat there in the back place in upstate New York. And within 20 minutes, he said, I want to be a Muslim. Ashhadu la ilaha illallah, ashhadu Muhammad Rasulullah. Yes, 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 yes. I'm telling you, these stories are so amazing. When it happens, anyway, the next day, the brother sent a text to my friend. You know what he said? He said, this was the best day of my life. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And I'm happy, and the brother was happy. Everybody was happy. And you know what it was? A bumper sticker. So what I want to offer right now to you, Doctor, and to all of our viewers right now, I want to offer that for whoever signs up to support this program we're going to be talking about tonight. We have a program, we're going to be talking about it. You can donate on a regular basis, and you get more reward, even $5, $10, but you do it monthly. Do it monthly. And if you'll do that, Allah will grant you huge rewards, especially for anybody who comes to Islam, because we will send you this bumper sticker. And if you have 2 cars, tell me you got 2 cars, and we'll send it to you. Tell me you got 3 cars, we'll send you 3. You tell me 5 cars, I'll send you 5. If you're a regular supporter of this project. Now, I'm sure everybody wants to know what's the project, right?
Yes.
Can you guess what it is? I'm going to put it up right now. I am going to put it up. And it's got something to do with what we were talking about. We were talking about what? What were we talking about just before we came on the air?
We were talking about recitation of Quran.
Yep. And here it is. Recite on TV. Yes, sir. That is what it's all about. This is a beautiful project, and I'm going to link us into it a little later in the program. But right now, I just want to let everybody know that this project is something that's been done by Guidus TV for the last 10 years. 10 years. So in order to celebrate this, we are going to have one first prize winner who will get $1,000. And we're going to have 10, listen to this, 10 second prize winners. 10 second prize winners. So if you were in the second, you won't be kicked down to the third or fourth or fifth. No, the first one will be $1,000. Then 10 who will receive $100. That's right. So I want to encourage everybody to pay close attention to what I'm going to be talking about right now, because this is not lightweight, guys. You really need to pay attention to this. Number one, first of all, go to reciteontv.com. This is a .com. reciteontv.com. Then the next thing you want to do is immediately after that, you want to register. You want to register up and sign in, get on there. And if you've already been there before, that's fine, because it will automatically date in even previous programs that you've done or recordings. Don't worry about it. You can join us and it will all count. You don't have to start over. In fact, we don't want you to start over. We want you to use this website to upload your video. So you make a nice video. Get a nice background, something behind you. It doesn't have to be fancy like this. It can just be any kind of a background. But have a background, have some lighting in there so that you can, on you, not so much your background. And be sure you have good sound, and do not turn the phone this way. Turn it that way. And be sure it comes out good. You got me? Everybody got that? Make a nice recording, because these are all going to be put on. Now, if we can't put it on TV because it's too loud or too soft or not recorded properly, it's not our fault. You could recite beautifully, but if we can't put it on TV, that's the name of the program, Recite on TV. Get that? Okay. So you have to have somebody help you. You know what I mean? And I don't have any way to show you, but I have 3 lights up here. I have one over here, and I have one over here. Got one here I didn't even turn on yet. Yeah, there you go. So you see all of these, and these are all white lights. So if you're going to use white light, stay with white. If you use yellow light or sort of yellowish or orange color, the average light bulb has a little bit of yellow in it. That's what I'm talking about. So if you use the average type, stay with that, and it'll look fine. Or if you want to use the white lights, stay with that. Don't have any other light on that's not white. Okay, that's very important. Otherwise, it'll make everything look weird, especially if you get different shots. Okay, but the main thing is, after you get this looking nice, you're sitting there, be sure you have something nice looking. Sisters, be sure to wear your hijab. I know you're sitting at home, you're thinking, well, nobody can see me. Yeah, when you turn the camera on, everybody can see you. So be sure you do that. Also, when you're reciting. Now, here's something. Let me see if I got a microphone here. Yeah, there we go. So if you have a microphone like this, be sure you can wear it up through your shirt and then bring it up right about in here somewhere, and then it doesn't look but the looks are not the big thing, the recitation. So you need to have the mic right about here. Don't put the mic right up like this, because it's going to be too loud. Put it right about in here. Or if you have the, let's see, let me see what we got. Yeah, like Doctor has his mic. I need to put mine on too. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. All right, so you see the mic here. All right, so about that far away. Yeah, I know that you're thinking, whoa, wait a minute. But see, this to the mic, when you go like this, you're about this close. That's about 1.5 feet. That is the best. About 1.5 feet. Don't get up right on it. And whatever you do, if you don't know about this, I'm going to show you something else. Okay, You see, this is a microphone, all right? This is what's called a muff, okay? And you put that over it. And what that does, that keeps you from b, b, p. It will affect the diaphragm in the mic, so you got to be careful about that. So be sure you put one of these, or like for the, I've got some other ones here that we use, like this one right here, okay? So you put that over it, okay? Alrighty, now we got it. So you record that, you upload it, put it on the website. After it gets through uploading, it'll take time, but then check it out and listen to it and make sure it sounds good and looks good. And if you don't like it, then make another one and upload that one until you're really satisfied, okay? Now, we'll go through and check those every day of all of the people. And we have scholars of the Quran who will be listening to it and deciding who the winner is. And the winner will get $1,000. But if you come in second, you'll still get a good prize, $100. If you come in third, you still get $100. Fourth, $100. Fifth, and all the way up to 10. So that's 11 prizes, $1,000, and then 10 that will get each $100. And then after that, we've got more prizes that we'll be talking about during the month of Dhul Qaeda. This Dhul Qaeda is the month that we focus on reciting the Quran. I know a lot of people do this in Ramadan. A lot of people have their contests in Ramadan. And that's why we switched. We used to do it in Ramadan or the month before Shaban. But then we decided, this is the month when everybody's kind of, because Ramadan is over, the Eid is over, and you've been through another month of, and especially right now, this is a perfect time because so many of us are homebound, right? Right? So we want to be sure that everybody is busy with Quran, and that's why we're doing it right now. We're starting it up, Dhul Qaeda the first. That's the first day that we'll start judging. But you can go right now and start uploading. You can go right now and record. And once again, I'm going to come back and put it back up there again so you can see it. It's called Recite on TV, and you can upload your video right now. It says it. And it doesn't cost you anything to join. Doesn't cost you anything to join. However, if somebody would like to sponsor this and help us with this, for anyone who joins us and does something monthly, whatever it is that you do monthly, we're going to send you a bumper sticker for every car that you have. And we don't have a limit on it, but I think if a guy owns a car lot, we might have a limit. Anyway, so the bumper sticker can go on your car or truck or vehicle, whatever you have, and then you'll be surprised how many people are going to ask you beautiful questions and learn more about Islam. You'll be getting rewards big time. Because the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he told us what means in English, that if Allah uses you to bring anybody to this way of Islam, it is better for you than Humr and Nam, which is the very most expensive, beautiful camels of the desert. In another hadith, another riwayah, he said it's better for you than Adunya, meaning the universe and whatever is in it, okay? Now, I want to go back to Dr. Sultan because he and I are going to be talking a little bit about the Quran itself and what effect it has on people. Dr. Sultan, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
MashaAllah. Tell us what is the Quran to you? Dr. Sultan. Yeah, we lost him. Okay. So usually when I ask somebody this question, they think for a minute and they're like, wow, it's everything to me, because it is our guide. The very beginning of the Quran, we ask Allah to guide us, don't we? We say, Idina Siratum Mustaqim, which means guide us to the straight path. And then after that, Allah, He starts out the very next surah telling us what is the best way to be guided. He tells us it's the Quran itself. Watch what He says. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام ميم ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون والذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون أولئك على هدى من ربهم وأولئك هم المفلحون. And by the way, I probably have one of the worst voices for the Quran, and I apologize to Allah for that. But anyway, anybody can join. Don't worry about how good your recitation is. Just join us and be part of what we're doing, all right? Now, what's the meaning of what I recited? It starts off by saying Alif Lam Mim. Now, these are 3 letters from the Arabic alphabet. Alif, Lam, and Mim. Then it says Dhalik, which means that. That book. What book? That book right there. Dhalik al-Kitab. That book. La Rayba Fi. That means there's no doubt in it. Hudil lil Muttaqin. That means that this is the guide right here for the true believers who have taqwa for Allah. The God-fearing people. They know Allah is the master of the universe and they want to serve Him. So that is the book. That is the book wherein there is no doubt. A guide. You ask Allah to guide you and He's telling you this is the guidance. But there's more. Oh yeah. Then it says Alladina, those people who 100% believers in the al-ghaib. They believe in it even though they don't see it. They will believe in Allah. We don't see Allah, but we believe in Allah. We don't see the angels, but we believe in the angels. We don't see the jinn, but we believe in the jinn. We believe in everything Allah tells us to believe in and stop short. If the Allah and His Messenger told us something to believe in, we believe in that. But then He also tells us don't believe in anything else. All right. So, I got that. Some of the things that we need to believe in are what? Well, we mentioned already about the, let me see if we got Doctor back in here. Doctor,
yes,
you're back.
Yes.
All right. Assalamu alaikum. What happened?
Yeah, I think it was frozen. So I just reconnected myself.
Oh, okay. So you're okay now?
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine.
All
I'm
right.
not freezing. I'm not cold. I'm okay.
All right. Well, I asked you a question when I don't know if you heard my question.
No, we got frozen, so I didn't hear your question.
All right. Well, I'll ask again. So what to you is the Quran? What is the Quran to you?
Is the book from Allah Ta'ala. It is the commandments, is the way of life. It is the way how we should conduct on this planet Earth. This is the way that we should, it talks about Haqooq Allah and Haqooq al-Ibad, means what the rights of human beings to another human being are, and what are the human beings' rights, or what Allah's rights are on human beings. So He acknowledges that whatever rights the human beings have over other, I accept that, and I also accept all those rights that Allah Ta'ala is asking us to do that, I recognize him as the supreme power, and I'm his slave, and I will obey whatever he has asked me to do.
All right. Now, I was also telling everybody about what's the translation of the first few verses of Surah Baqarah, the second chapter of the Quran. We asked Allah in the very first of the beginning of the Quran, we said, Adina Siratum Mustaqim, guide us to the straight path. So we use the word ihdi, which means it's an imperative of the verb, you guide me, okay, or you guide us. Ihdi or ihdina. Na, it means we or us, and e, just at the end of it, ihdini, that would be just me. So it said ihdina, guide us, guide all of us to this straight path. And then we just described the path of those that have your favor, but not the path of those who have your anger, your wrath, or those who are lost and go astray. So then, the very beginning of the very next verse, he's telling you right here, you got it in your hand. This is the Quran. Dalikul Kitabu La Rayba Fi. That is the book wherein there is no doubt. Hudal al-Muttaqin. And it is the guidance for those who have taqwa for Allah. But then he goes on to say, Alladhina yu'minuna bil ghayb, those people who believe in the unseen. And they spend of their rizq, whatever Allah gives them. They spend it for the poor, for the impoverished, for somebody that doesn't have food. And in other words, take care of other people with whatever Allah gives you. And Muslims have been doing that real good during this lockdown situation where worldwide, the Muslims have been standing out head and shoulders about everybody else because we already naturally do that anyway. And so now the storytellers, they like to get out and tell stories with their cameras and everything and call it the news. And they go around and they're saying, oh, look at this. Oh, I thought it was a church, but it's a mosque. Oh, I didn't know, because we bought up a bunch of churches that they didn't want anymore and turned them into a place to worship Allah alone without partners. Anyway, so coming back to this, we are the ones who are doing that. And another thing that's going on is in that same thing, Allah is telling the people to establish the Salaah. What is Salah? And we've talked about this so many times. It isn't prayer. It is the connection you have with Allah to make your prayer. Because anybody prays. A lot of people pray. They'll pray to statues, rocks, sticks, stones, people, animals. Pray to snakes, pray to rats, pray to all kinds of things. But everything, even stars, moons, and sun, and everything like this. But whatever they're praying to, if it's created by Allah, that's not what He told you to do. Last night in our program, you remember we talked about the verse in Surah Al-Dariyat, where it says in verse 56, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ, that we did not create the human beings and the jinn for any other purpose than to worship Allah alone without any partners. So we got that. And then it goes on, though. It gives us the full story that we need to know. Because we also have to believe in what's being sent down to Muhammad, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And we have to believe in what was sent down before Muhammad, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. We have to believe in Jesus Christ, as the chosen, that He is the miracle birth, that He will be back in the last day. He's with Allah. He did not die. He is with Allah. He will be back in the end times. Yeah, and we have to believe in Moses and David and Suleiman. We have to believe in Ibrahim. We have to believe in all of these prophets, all the way back to Adam. And we have to believe in Adam as being created from dirt, and his wife created from his bone in his rib. Yeah? We have to believe that. Now, some people will say, well, that's what the Bible says. Actually, you're talking about translations. We do not rely on translations of the Quran. We do not rely on that. We Muslims have to rely on the authentic of the teachings of the Quran in the Arabic language. And we have to rely on the sayings and teachings of Muhammad in the Arabic that are authentic and attributed all the way back to him. If we don't, then we can't really be a Muslim. Is that everything I said? Is that pretty much in line with what you grew up with?
Yes, mashallah, you are 100% right in everything what you said.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
It must be time for a break because I hear somebody else coming in right now. Let's see who that is. Oh, mashallah. Doctor, assalamu alaikum. How are you tonight?
Wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Mashallah. We're going to take a quick break, but I just want to introduce the doctor to everybody. If you're just watching this for the first time, you might not know that this is Dr. Adil, and he is in Tampa, Florida, and he's a heart doctor, a specialist in, what did they call it? Cardiologist. Yeah.
What did you say? Heart doctor?
Hot doctor. Yeah.
Hot doctor.
You're from Boston, right? You got that from yesterday, right?
You guys, you're too much, man. All right, we're going to take this short break. Stay there and stay guided with
Guidance TV.
Throughout the entire universe, there was nothing. Then suddenly, there was something that came out of nothing. Nothing became something of the universe. Really? Maybe not. What is the reality? Does something really come out of nothing? And we are back. I told you we'd be right back. Now, what you just saw on the camera there, this is a rendering, comes from NASA, so that you can see kind of what the universe would look like. They colored it. Those are not, anytime you see those colors of those pictures and everything, that's not exactly how it looks. But they're emphasizing so you can tell the difference between this and the difference between that. So, but the question that we're asking, can the universe create itself out of nothing? And of course it doesn't make any sense. It just really, when somebody has been shown the story of Islam and how it ties back all the way to Adam, and then they don't want to believe. They don't want to believe in the Bible. They don't want to believe in the Quran. They don't want to believe in any of the messengers that have been sent with this message, worship God without worshiping something that he made. That's simple. And this is what the Quran is all about. So when somebody has the book in their hand and they're reading it and they're saying, I don't get it, I don't get it, I don't get it, I feel sorry for them. I really do. I don't understand what they don't get. But anyway, we're going to be now listening to something about our heart. And how does the Quran affect the heart of a true believer? How does the Quran affect the heart of a true believer? Now, while we're doing this, I want to put this up one more time. I forgot about this. I fulfill my promise to you. Here you go. This is the reciting.tv.com website, reciting.tv.com. The Quran videos that you upload there will qualify you for the contest. The contest is very simple. whoever joins us in this contest will receive a gift. Whoever wins the contest, this will be judged by scholars of the Quran, not me, but the ones who are the winner, number one, will win $1,000. Winner number two wins $100. Winner number three, $100. Winner number four, $100. Number five, $100. Number six, and it goes out. So 10 people will win $100, and one person will win $1,000. And here's how you can get rewards. For mom and dad, you're watching this, help your child get a good recording up for us. Now, any of our youth are eligible from 1 year old all the way up to 18 years old. And if they turned 19 in this month, they still let them go ahead. That's fine. Now, what you want to do is help them to get the right setting, the right kind of clothing, and be sure you don't turn the phone the wrong way. It has to be this way. Don't turn it this way because it will not work in the broadcast. Be sure that it's set up right. Make the microphone down here like this. I already showed you earlier, but put the microphone here. Don't put it up by your mouth. Or put it like this one here. Okay? This is about 1.5 feet from me, and that's about right. It can be further, but no closer. And then, like I said earlier, if you have this, I forgot what we call this thing. There's a technical name for it. I just call it the muff because it muffles the sound. And you can put this right over the mic. And when you do that, what'll happen, it keeps it from that puh sound affecting the diaphragm of the phone, of the microphone. All right, now, the other thing that I want to be sure that you understand is that your lighting has to be good, because if it's not lit properly, we can't broadcast it. So be sure you have proper lighting. Not too close, but at least like 3 different sources of the same kind of light, either a yellow light or white light, but don't mix them. Then be sure you have a clean, decent looking background. It doesn't have to be something like this, but a clean, decent looking background. And I got an example of what not to do. All right, here's an example of what not to do. Don't use your phone this way. Dr. Sultan can do that because he's not reciting for us. It's not the contest, but this is his phone and it only works this way. All right, so be sure to get a phone that will work properly so that you will be like this one. And there's Dr. Yeah, that's not Dr. Sultan. That's Dr. Adil. Okay.
Dr. Adil.
I hit the wrong button again. Dr. Adil. Tell us about the Quran and what happens when you recite it. Well, the heart. Tell us about, if you don't mind.
MashaAllah. This is series all taken from the Quran. All emphasize the many times, 132 times that the Quran was referring to the heart. And in Arabic, it could be qalb, which is it comes from the word flip or turn, because of the heart could change. And one of the dua of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Ya muqallib al-qulub, thabbit qalbi ala dinik. Oh, Ya Allah, you're flipping the heart. Please attach my heart firmly to your deen. And it could be fu'ad, same thing. It's another word for the heart in Arabic. And sometimes it's an inference to it. And Allah ya'lam ma fi sudur, what's in the chest or what's in the chest cavity, that's referring to the heart. So today we're just gonna touch a couple of ayah and all related, and then we're gonna go through it in a chronological order. But today in Surah Al-Ahzab verses 4, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ما جعل الله لرجل من قلبين في جوفه. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have not put 2 hearts in one body, meaning that and this is very important. So one body, one heart. And a lot of people can have various, if you would, multitask, and they could, but you can only do one job at a time. Like for instance, if you speak to Sheikh Yusuf while he's concentrating on doing the internet or the control, he'll not be able to listen to you or understand what you're saying. So he can only do one thing at a time, and we could be efficient in finishing one task efficiently and then move on to another one, but never mix two at the same time, because Allah said you cannot have two simultaneously. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always, everything begins in the heart with what? With the magical word intent. And that confirms again, إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Every amal, everything we do, the intent. What is the intent of Sheikh Yusuf tonight coming on the show and have this competition and get everybody excited about now reciting Quran and so on? What is your intent of going out to the grocery store, for instance? Well, my intent to get some groceries. What is the intent of going to work? Well, to earn a living and to help people and do the right ethical work. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, لا يؤاخذكم الله باللغو في أيمانكم ولكن يؤاخذكم بما كسبت قلوبكم والله غفور رحيم. This is in Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 225. Allah will not call you to account for thoughtlessness in your oath, but for the intention in your hearts, as He is oft forgiving and most forbearing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in the most important thing that we know now, and we understand the connection between the brain and the heart, still controlled by the heart. And it starts first with the intent, and then you can go on and you see principles of the natural progression for life, progress in life. And then you have inherent, and you have interest, you have influence, you have appetite, desire, will, motivation, growth, development, advancement, and at the end, accomplishment. It all starts with the intent, and that's really the root where it directs all your effort for a successful mission or job to be accomplished. We grew up, think in your head, but some people actually will learn later on to actually think in your heart. And we know that when we have to memorize something, we said, do you know it? Yes, I learned it by heart. That you get, it's so good, and you can memorize it and you can repeat it. And so it involves in the learning process, in the decision-making process, that all comes from the heart and mind. So it has to be in the heart first, and then the mind, and then the two work together synchronously. And that will, that the master organ of which is still the heart. And because if they don't work together, you're not going to have a meaningful task or a meaningful, accomplishment in anything. And subhanallah, that we always go back to how everything started with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When his famous hadith, and there is a piece of flesh in your chest. إذا صلحت, if it's good, then the whole entire body will be good. If it is bad, the whole body will be bad. And he would look and he's point his hand into his chest and into his heart and said, "Ya wahiy al-qalb," it is the heart. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us so many examples, in the Quran. I'm just going to give two today in Surah Al-Baqarah, verses 260. وَإِذْ قَالَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ أَرِنِي كَيْفَ تُحْيِي الْمَوْتَى. So when Ibrahim said, "Please show me, Allah, how do you resurrect the dead?" قَالَ أَوْلَمْ تُؤْمِنْ, don't you believe? قَالَ بَلَى وَلَكِنْ لِيَطْمَئِنَّ قَلْبِي. So yes, I do believe, but I want to have comforting in my heart. And a lot of people saying seeing is believing. And this is a prophet Abraham. And then he told him to go and get the birds and put them in 4 pieces and put them on and each part on the mountain, and then they will come back to you as one, to know and verify that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the ala kulli shay'in qadir. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is knowing the and in control. Another verse that actually have to do with the longest verse in the Quran have to do with the debt relief, and obviously it's not today, but we have a different series on economics of Islam, and one of them is towards the end, because everything is done on good faith. The good faith comes from the heart that you deliver the amana at what you are entrusted to, and you fear Allah, and then you do not hold the somebody become a witness, a shahada, that you become an eyewitness to whatever it is, on a business deal or an agreement, or basically a discussion that took place, and ومن يكتمها, whoever withhold the testimony, فإنه آثم قلبه, so the heart will be guilty, Your Honor. That's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that, فإنه آثم قلبه. Usually when you said, atham, you mean the guilty is a person. But now, could you have a guilty heart? Yes, the guilty heart is the one that actually would hold the testimony and don't hold, don't say the truth. And subhanallah, one of the dua, in Surah Al Imran, verses 8, رَبَّنَا لَا تُزِغْ قُلُوبَنَا بَعْدَ إِذْ هَدَيْتَنَا. Oh Allah, do not distract our hearts after you have guided us. Please keep us on the straight path. وَهَبْ لَنَا مِن لَدُنْكَ رَحْمَةً. And, oh Allah, please grant us from you mercy. إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ الْوَهَّابُ. You are the most giving. Okay. So I'm going to stop here, and tomorrow, inshallah, we can go more, because this is again a review of the entire Quran that have related with the hearts, and all the relevant lessons from each and every one of these ayat that actually can benefit in our daily lives.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah.
No.
By the way, that doesn't count toward the contest, sir.
I didn't have my phone set up right.
All right, but now I want to just ask you the same question that I asked. We are out of time again. Whoa, man. Well, I'll come back over to Dr. Sultan. Dr. Sultan, Assalamu alaikum. I'm sorry that we got started so late tonight, and we have this contest going on. Tell us why you think that this is a good idea, if you think it's a good idea, to have this contest for the children to recite the Quran in Dhul Qaeda.
Well, this is really motivating the kids and giving them some incentive to do good, and do good in the path of Allah Ta'ala, that because Allah Ta'ala loves people who recite Quran very well. There's one Sahabi, I'm forgetting his name, but he, Musa Ushri, some like that. Allah Ta'ala said that Hazrat Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said to him that he was so beautiful reciter that you have gotten a part of Hazrat Dawood's from Hazrat Dawood. It's so beautiful you recite, because when Hazrat Dawood will recite the hymns, the mountains, the birds, the trees, all will sing along with him. His voice was so beautiful.
MashaAllah, Dawood you're talking about. All right, let's wrap it up and get out of here before the next program comes in. I want to share with you, everybody, one more time real quick. Let's take a look at it. This is the contest. ReciteOnTV.com. It's a .com now. Remember that. ReciteOnTV.com. Go there, sign up, get your video ready, and upload it, and get ready to win. That's the best advice I can give anybody right now. And for those of you who would like to help us sponsor this, anything that you would like to do to keep us on the air monthly, we're going to send you the bumper sticker. As soon as you sign up for the monthly, we can send out this bumper sticker for, and if you tell us you got 2 cars, 3 cars, 4 cars, 5 cars, whatever you have, we'll send you a bumper sticker for each car. Not for the front bumper, just the back bumper, okay? Because we don't need you to be chasing people down and they're looking back like, oh, this guy's, Okay, anyway. So for now, we're going to turn it back over to the channel, and we say to you, stay tuned and stay guided with
Guide Us TV.
No, I'm going to give everybody another chance on that one. A little bit louder.
Guide Us with
Guide Us TV.
One more time. Guide Us TV.
With Guide Us TV.
There you go.
Here are some ways to get Guide Us TV. Via satellite on Galaxy 19 FTA. At this satellite frequency, transponder rate 5, frequency 11836 MHz, polarity vertical, symbol rate 20770, FEC 3/4, channel ID